Throwback to 2020 when I grew this massive Scotch bonnet. Looking back at this one, I can only stop and stare in awe because do you see the size of this plant?
Ready?
This is my 2-year-old Scotch bonnet pepper plant right at the end of the 2020 season. It started from a seed in 2018, it grew into this. Then at the start of 2020, this is what it looked like. This is it 2 years later, fully grown, heavy with fruit, and very much not ready for winter. At this point, I had a decision to make. Let the cold finish it off because it had been 2 years, or try something a little ambitious and bring this entire pepper tree indoors to push for year 3. Now, other than trying to extend its life, Scotch bonnets are tropical plants. So once the temperature drops, they slow down fast. They start to drop their flowers, their growth stalls, and eventually they start to decline. But peppers are perennials in the right conditions. And after years of caring for this plant, I wasn't ready to let it go. I wanted to see how far I could take it, how much longer it would produce, and what overwintering a plant this size would look like in real life. This is where things got very real, very fast. Taking a mature pepper plant indoors is not graceful, especially when it's in a 10-gallon pot. It's heavy, it's wide, and it does not care about my back or this narrow door frame. At this point, I fully realized I had grown a massive pepper tree, not the tiny pepper plant it once was. Branches were everywhere, fruits hanging off in every direction, and me trying not to snap anything important in the process. Now, before the struggle to take it inside began, I had to prep the plant. Outdoor plants come with outdoor guests, aphids, mites, fungus gnat eggs, all the things you don't want indoors. So this plant got inspected from top to bottom. Leaves checked, damaged growth removed, but I did skip trimming back the unnecessary branches because they had on fruit. I was focused on fruit production, health, and airflow to help make this plant manageable for indoor life.
You know, I kind of like you too.
Oh God, so this sugarfoot, I did not realize how large the tree was. Oh my God. I was saying, I was gonna just bring it in the nights and the days are warm enough, keep it outside. She is heavy. I cannot manage doing that. Plus, until December, during the week, I'll be out of town for work. And only, shit. Ooh. Look at this huge plant. Oh my God. All right, just for context, I'm going to stand beside it and show you like how I'm not a very tall person. But you'll see exactly, yeah. So this is for context. Do you see this? Wow. If I can find the before video, I'm going to show you how tiny this was 2 years ago. And oh my gosh. All right. So let's pray that it survives the week without me and the winter inside. It did last year, but it wasn't this big, so fingers crossed. I'm gonna have to trim it back maybe because it definitely won't get enough light inside. I'm gonna have to get some grow lights and some lamps to keep it warm and stuff inside during winter. Do you see how massive this is?
Now, once inside, my expectations shifted. So indoors, I had to forget about maximum production. I just wanted the plant stable, healthy, and able to ripen the fruits that it already had. Light became the biggest limitation. Even these bright windows don't compare to the outdoor sun. So supplemental lighting made a big difference. Space matters too. This plant needed room, airflow, and a spot where it wouldn't be constantly bumped or stressed. So I moved it to the opposite side of the room, where it could get the maximum light from outdoors. After about a week of it settling in fully, I harvested what was already ripe or close to it. Scotch bonnets ripen best on the plant, but once light and warmth drop, it's better to harvest than risk losing them. And this harvest, honestly, it made the whole season worth it. Look at these peppers. Yes, they're tiny, but listen, the heat and the flavor from them, oh gosh. Scotch bonnets aren't just about heat, they're about flavor. That fruity, slightly sweet kick is why they're a staple in Jamaican and Caribbean cooking. A little goes a long way. Growing them yourself means you control everything: when to harvest, how to use them, and how to preserve them. Fresh, frozen, dried, or turned into sauces. Nothing here goes to waste. Looking back, what stands out to me isn't just the size of this plant. It's the reminder that peppers reward patience. They start slow, they test your confidence early, and then boom, suddenly they take off. And this plant also reminded me that gardening doesn't have to follow strict rules, especially if you're like me, growing in a balcony or a small space. You have to turn your ethnic fashion and do what works for you and your space. So sometimes experimenting actually teaches you more than playing it safe. If you're growing peppers throughout the winter, you do not have to give up immediately. Even small plants can be overwintered inside with the right setup. And if it doesn't go perfectly, the experience will always carry over into next season. Now, this was me trying to extend the life of my massive Scotch bonnet plant and squeezing out one last harvest before winter set in. Now, if you want to see how this plant handled winters indoors and how I started my Scotch bonnets from seed, you know where to find me. Later.